Those memories of fear are coming
down here. I don't know.
Industrial average dropped more than 900.
Machines broke down.
Fear came back into the market in a very big way.
Be careful if you're not paying attention, because we're entering what I call the Wile E. Coyote moment. You know the one where the coyote runs off the cliff, looks down, and suddenly realizes there's no ground beneath him. Right now, millions are running along, convinced everything's fine. The Fed's got our back. The economy's strong. America's invincible. But when the crash comes, and trust me, it's coming, it won't be those prepared who pose the greatest danger. It'll be those caught off guard, the ones who've been asleep. Because when they wake up, hungry, panicked, and desperate, you might be their target. Number 1. The looming banking crisis. Janet Yellen, the Secretary of the Treasury, recently dropped a bombshell. The Federal Reserve, FDIC, and Treasury will now decide which banks live and which die. Here's the kicker. Most small regional banks, the lifeblood of Middle America, won't make the cut. These banks are responsible for 70% of small business loans that fuel almost 40% of our GDP. Yet, Yellen admitted these banks won't get the same bailout treatment as the big players. Translation? If your money isn't in a too-big-to-fail bank, it might just vanish. This isn't fear-mongering. It's a warning. Number 2. The global shift. BRICS and de-dollarization. Here's where it gets even scarier. Japan and Mexico, two of our closest allies, are now considering joining BRICS. BRICS, if you're not familiar, is the coalition of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And they're welcoming new members like Saudi Arabia, Kenya, and possibly even Japan and Mexico. This isn't just about trade alliances, it's about rejecting the US dollar. For decades, the dollar's strength came from being the world's reserve currency, thanks to its petrodollar status. But now countries are saying, we're done with the bullying, we're done with the hypocrisy, we're done with the dollar. Number 3, the hyperinflation threat. If 70% of the world stops using the dollar, where do those dollars go? Back here, to the US. That's what's terrifying. We've printed so much money to maintain global dominance, but now all those dollars could flood home. When that happens, hyperinflation hits. Think Weimar Germany, think Venezuela. This dollar in my hand, it'll be worth less than toilet paper. Meanwhile, this gold coin, it'll be your lifeline. Do you understand what that means? Everything you think is safe, stocks, bonds, real estate, will collapse under skyrocketing interest rates. Your savings gone. Your retirement wiped out. Number 4, survival in desperate times. And here's the scariest part. What happens when your neighbor, the one who mocked you for preparing, realizes their kids are starving? I've seen desperation. In flight school, the Navy dropped us in freezing water to simulate a crash, followed by 3 days of survival training in the Florida swamps. By day 3, hunger turned us into animals. 7 grown men fought over a raccoon smaller than a chicken. We sold the bones to another group of starving men for $20. That was training. Imagine real life. Desperate people will do desperate things. Are you ready for that? Because when the Wile E. Coyote moment hits, survival becomes primal. Number 5, solutions and final warning. Look, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to prepare you. Here's what you need to do. Diversify your assets. Move away from dollars. Consider gold, silver, or other tangible assets. Store essentials. Food, water, medicine. Enough for at least 3 months. Understand the new rules. Learn how the global shift affects your finances and adapt now. This isn't a drill. This isn't fear porn. This is your emergency broadcast. The world is changing faster than ever, and those who aren't prepared will be left behind. Or worse. Don't be Wile E. Coyote. Be prepared. The cliff is here and the fall is coming.